Hi, this is Catherine and Christopher Tipper of Hunter Benefits Consulting Group. Today is June 4th, and I guess that's a month away from 4th of July. That's coming
right.
fast.
Very true. But
And
what is today?
It is National Hug Your Cat Day.
Did you know that, Filippo?
I did not
It
know
is
that.
actually really National Hug Your Cat Day.
I think, somebody's punking us because who can hug a cat, right? It's that.
Oh, Filippo
well,
says he can hug a cat. All right.
I would say
Not a
that.
strange cat,
Not-
but your own cat.
I would say hugging a cat. I don't know if the cats came up with that holiday, but it's by dogs trying to torture the cats.
There we go.
Right?
Yeah. So what's that? What is
But
this episode called? What is our video called,
Well,
Catherine?
it is called On the Couch, not On the Cat. The Friday afternoon bourbon edition.
So here we go to you. Cheers. Oh, all right. That's the first. Hello, everybody. So our On the Couch amuses us, at least. It's our attempt to provide a humorous look at ERISA 401k. At ERISA
Wow.
401k, 403b.
Can you spell that for me?
No, I can't. All right. So we think we've got a great episode for you today. We're having fun. We are continuing our 4-part episode on Who's the Employer. Today is finally episode 3, Affiliated Service Groups. Yay. We'll be back in a second.
The fourth episode, it should be who, what, where, and how. Should we be on how?
No.
How's the employer? You
No,
doing
no,
okay?
we don't care how. We don't care about how the employer is.
Okay,
We
just
don't-
checking.
So we'll be back in a
We just
second
do
with some
who
more.
4 times.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
And I think we're back. All right. So before we move on, we need to check in with Kristina to see if she has a Washington update for us. Do we, Kristina? Is it a big one?
It is a big one.
Uh-oh. I'm always afraid to ask that
it's
question.
I thought
three
they
of
were
them.
I thought they were out of session. How can it be doing anything?
It's not Congress.
They're bored. They're sitting by the pool. They have time. They can write up new crap and send it to the
Okay.
to Congress and then say,
What a bad
hey.
pool party.
Well, one of the things that's happened is that the IRS actually asked for guidance from the industry on what their priorities should be in regard to retirement plans in the 2021-2022 year.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing. Doesn't mean they'll pay attention to anything, but they do ask.
Okay.
So it's good. So the American Retirement Association commented, and they had 5 suggestions.
Okay.
Their recommendation was how guidance on how to make elections under ARPA, which was the old COBRA thing, and if the 5500s would need to be amended. So we have no guidance on that because you brought them back in and then you pushed them back out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
You're talking about health and welfare plans.
yeah,
Okay.
in that regard, yes. And then relief for those plans that declared a partial plan termination before relief was given on the partial plan termination. So they may have already declared it. They already gave them their 100% vesting. And now, oops, they got relief. So how did they deal? Can they go back? You don't take things away from people once
Can you
give
ever
it to
go
them.
back?
Well,
Yeah,
not in
but
this
they're-
case.
I don't know if you can ever go back.
Yeah, but they're asking for relief on the retroactive amendment that would impact any accrued benefits, such as the reallocation of forfeitures. So that's hanging out there.
Okay.
Then there's secure guidance that we need because we have this really nice law. It was like Christmas,
Right.
but
Secure what?
the Secure
Act. We need guidance
Oh,
about
guidance,
the guidance
okay.
about the Secure Act. We still don't have final guidance on the Secure Act,
Right.
and it's over a year later.
Right, like on long-term part-time employees, we're still not clear on how they vest, we're still not clear on their eligibility.
And
It's
then there's the
hanging
rumor
out.
that it's going to be brought forward earlier because
Yes.
of Secure 2.0.
And what does that do, and
Right.
what impact does it have on plan design and admin and costs? And then the model language for PEPs, nobody has model language yet. And relief for closed plans under 401(26).
Okay.
Verification that 403B plans can be part of a group of plans.
Ah.
And safe harbor notice requirements.
Okay. So basically nothing.
No, right.
Yeah.
And then we also have the early release of the W4P and the brand new W4R.
What?
What? What are those?
W4P is where you elect the withholding on your retirement benefits.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And they've changed it now. In the future, it will be the withholding on the periodic payments.
Okay. Is that the P or the R?
The P.
Okay.
The R is for those distributions that are being taken as a lump sum or, yeah, and that we're eligible for rollover. So they released this early, and oh my gosh, people actually
I almost called you
these
Sabrina.
things.
Sabrina.
Kristina, you're doing this is going to be in the write-up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to follow. Holy cow.
Yeah, and then
oh, she's turning the page. We're not done yet.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, there's 2 more pages to go.
Remember when I said this industry used to be more coherent?
Right.
and under EPCRS, they want to make the correction of missed deferrals permanent. The way that right now, well, up until 12/31 of 2020, there was a method for correcting
Right.
missed deferrals.
Right.
Well, it expired on 12/31/2020.
Oh, okay.
So they would like it to be reinstated and made permanent.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if a sponsor missed adopting a pre-approved restatement,
Right.
that they would be able to do self-correction on that.
Okay.
Because we have, they're out there. They're hidden, unamended documents.
Yes,
out
there are. We keep finding them.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Then we have 2 new bills.
The worst Easter egg.
Hunt ever. Yeah, it's like finding the rotten eggs. Okay, we got 2 more bills.
2 more bills. The Enhancing Emergency Retirement Savings Act,
ERP.
which is a bipartisan bill
Okay.
from Senators Lankford and Michael Bennett.
Okay.
And I just realized, that if David Brinkley didn't mention their names on TV, I don't know who they are.
That's a good standard of anything. Yeah.
So they want to create a new category of distribution in a 401k plan that would allow workers to quickly access in case of an emergency, and without a tax penalty and with minimal amount of paperwork. They would limit it to 1 a year. You would have to have a vested amount of over $1,000, and you could only withdraw $1,000, and it must be paid back to the plan.
It's a quickie loan.
It's a quickie, yeah, from your favorite uncle who doesn't charge you interest, yeah.
Well, that isn't. There
Wow,
will be
there's
interest
not
or
going to be any administrative or compliance issues with that at all, are there?
None. And then there's the revised Universal Savings Account proposal from Kevin Brady and Jackie Walorski.
Okay. This isn't bipartisan, though.
No, these are both Republicans.
Okay.
And as I was reading through it, it's like, this doesn't sound like the Republican Party. I don't understand what happened.
Okay.
So maybe some Democrats put it through
Okay.
without them knowing about it. I don't know. But it's a tax-advantaged account, which means that you wouldn't pay money on the taxes going, or on the money wouldn't pay taxes on the money going in.
All right.
And it would provide a flexible savings account for families to pay for school expenses, child care, and elder care, or to provide wage replacement during periods of parental or medical leave.
Sounds like an HSA on steroids.
It does.
Okay.
But it's where they think the money can come from. It can come from federal funding. It could come from employers who could supplement in addition to what they do in their 401k plan. But beware, because there is a provision in there that if they fail to make comparable family savings account contributions, there will be a penalty. Okay, now that sounds like the Republican side now. And states could contribute and count it as temporary assistance for needy families. And nonprofits or other community-based organizations serving low-income families could make contributions to it. It makes no sense at all.
It sounds like what's the way that you give people money? You Trello it, or you whatever those
Not
things are.
Venmo.
Venmo.
Yeah.
It's like a Venmo account, right?
Yeah, from just about anywhere. But only the employers get penalized.
I think this thing's gonna. I'm on the over and under on this. I'm betting under. I don't think this is going to see the light of day.
I'm thinking you do not penalize an employer for having a qualified plan,
retirement plan,
because they're not making additional contributions to their neediest employees.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's where we are.
Wow.
So that's instead of getting government checks with the president's signature on it, we have an account where things are slipped in?
Yeah, basically. And then when you're 65, it becomes retirement money.
Okay. Well, this is proposed. It hasn't even gone to committee yet or anything like that, right?
It's just proposed.
We'll keep an eye on this one.
We're hoping that somebody talks them out of it.
All right. Okay. Wow, that was it's now Monday afternoon. We started on Friday. All right. Thank you, Kristina? Question mark? All right. Now then, Catherine,
Yes.
A few weeks ago, we had a conversation about controlled groups with who's the employer.
Yes.
What do you remember from that episode?
Hard to keep people controlled.
No, that wasn't a topic.
Time flies.
Been too long? All right. Well, what we were talking about before was control groups, why it's important to figure out who the employer is, because that has a big impact on testing, on limits, on the 5500 you file, on the document you prepare, everything basically, so that you can accurately determine who the employer is. There are four basic types: single employer, controlled group, affiliated service group, and multiple employers. And today we're going to be talking about affiliated service groups. So would you like to explain a little bit more about affiliated service groups, Catherine, please?
Well, they are the most difficult.
Yes.
It's not simple math.
Correct.
You still need to know who all the employers are. You need to know what industry it's in.
Yep.
You need to know how each company works with each other, and the revenue percentage derived from the relationship.
Right.
So it sounds like deep discovery.
It's a little bit more art than science. All right. So an affiliated service group we still have some common ownership, just some. All right. Service industry and the companies inside there, one of the companies inside there needs to be deriving substantial revenue from their relationship with the other company. So what we're going to do really quickly is we're going to do a controlled group refresher. So slide number 1, Filippo, up on the screen for us.
So it's not just plans, it's relationships. Right?
Correct. Right.
Well, because everybody goes, a 401k plan, it's this simple little boxed thing that we can put on the table. And it's like all the relationships are actually important on the business owners.
At the owner side, correct. All right.
Yep.
So going to slide number 1, controlled group refresher, what we're looking for is at least 80% common ownership for each company. And in this example, we've got 100 all the way across. And then the second test is we are looking for the minimum ownership of everybody having the same. So in this example, it's 15, 20, and 25, which adds up to more than 50%. So this is your basic garden variety, simple, controlled group. All right. Now then, we're going to have a slide number 2, Filippo. We're going to have another sample company, all right, what does this look like? What kind of industry does this look like? No guesses?
No.
All right. This is your garden variety law firm or medical practice. All right.
3 owners, 3.
3 owners.
Okay.
3 owners, each having their own LLC or S corp or something, and then they each own a third of the practice. All right. Moving on to slide number 3, I believe. This is not a controlled group. We meet the first test where we've got 100%, but when you look at the minimum in each one, it's 0. So that's not a controlled group. But what we have here, like I said, I referred to it as your garden variety law firm, where you have each lawyer owning their own LLC, but then they own if there's 3 of them, 1/3 of the practice. Well, that lawyer, 100% of their revenue comes from helping to manage the practice, from being a part of the practice. And is 100% more than 10%, Kristina? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think the threshold for revenue is 10%, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Is the normal one? All right. So what we have here is your basic garden variety affiliated service group. All right. Does that make any sense, Catherine?
It does. Doesn't life get a little complex when you start giving employees percentage of ownership in terms of?
But they're not their owners of owners.
They're owners of owners,
Okay.
right? No, this is not the rank and file getting ownership. This is
Okay.
each lawyer
Just wanna
having.
make it clear.
No, this is each owner has 100% control of their own company, and then a percentage of the other company. All
Okay.
right. So did that make sense, Filippo? A little bit? Okay. Catherine, what are today's 3 key takeaways, please?
Well, we care about the individuals who own the company.
Still need that.
We care about how they work with each other.
Correct. We need to know, is one company helping to manage the other?
And we care about the revenue percentage that's
That's been derived.
derived.
Yeah. So in other words, the threshold is the safe harbor, little s, little h threshold is 10%. What amount of revenue are they getting from this relationship? So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about who the employer is or anything else, we're here to help. We're going to like, share, comment, do all that other good stuff. HunterBenefits.com is our website. And what's our email address?
HunterBenefits.com.
That's our website.
Sales at HunterBenefits.com.
There we go.
It's always some variation.
All
of
right.
it.
So, Catherine,
Yes.
this is our On the
It's
Couch, the Friday
summer,
afternoon bourbon
it's
edition.
summer,
It's summer.
bourbon,
Take
it's
care. We'll
Friday.
see you in a week. Bye-bye.
Call Christopher with your questions.